One act of kindness can completely rewrite the memory. I was telling you about that story earlier, and that's not actually where John ended that story. He said when he left dinner that night and he went home, he couldn't stop thinking about his friend. He couldn't stop thinking about how 40 years later, this one chapter in his life, this one birthday, completely wrecked him. The rest of the time, halfway through the dinner, he goes, "Oh man, we got you something." And he hands the bag and he's like, "Man, what'd you get me this for?" And he starts unwrapping and he pulls these little action figures out of the bag, and he said his buddy just starts crying. He starts looking at the little toy, and he looks up at John and he goes, "Man, I can't believe you remembered. I can't believe you remembered. I can't believe you thought of me." You know, it wasn't because of the toys. It was because of the moment. You know, the entire story changed in that moment. What once was a memory of pain and tears of sadness and tears of anger were instantly redefined by a kindness of his friend. It went from heartbreak to healing, tears of sadness to tears of joy. You know, John said he's heard his buddy tell that story like 50 times, but it's a different story now. It doesn't end at the birthday. It doesn't end at crying alone in his room. Every time that ends now, it ends with a caring friend reached out and made him feel heard. One act of kindness can completely rewrite the memory. Just like the stories with these toys, a single moment can change the entire narrative. You don't need to fix everything at once. But sometimes one meaningful gesture begins the healing process. You know, God can use one small act of grace to redeem an entire chapter.